New York police officer Wenjian Liu now laid to rest. Funeral services for him were held Sunday. As we reported, Liu lost his life after he and his partner were shot and killed in an ambush by a gunman. His partner, Officer Rafael Ramos, also killed in that shooting. Liu was on the force for 7 years before losing his life on December 20th. Sunday, his widow of only 2 months, as well as his father, spoke out.
He called me every day before he finished work to ensure me that he is safe and to tell me, "Dad, I'm coming home today. You can stop worrying now."
He was fearless in and out of work. Although he worked often, he would always make sure to take time for me, his #1 fan, his family, and his friends.
At the service, the police commissioner also addressed those who came out to mourn Officer Liu's death. He spoke highly of his service.
Officer Liu left China when he was 12. His parents, Wenjian Liu and Wenjian Liu, found work and worked hard, and he worked hard too. For a while, he was on the path to becoming an accountant. But 9/11 changed those plans, as it changed so many things for so many of us. Some people witnessed that horrible day and were paralyzed. Detective Liu witnessed it and saw the possibility of service, the possibility of being part of something that would help others. For 170 years, immigrants to this city have found a home in the NYPD, like Detective Liu and Detective Ramos, to help others, to have a life of significance.
You know, I couldn't help in watching the funeral. You go back a century. It could have been somebody from Ireland, or somebody from Italy, or somebody from Eastern Europe, or whatever else. And again, without the Pollyannish thing, he came to the city, their family came to the city for a better way, and he joined the force like so many of the others because they wanted something safe for them from where they came from. And whether it was Officer Ramos or Officer Liu, and think about who were in the squad car that day, and think about the faces that were in that crowd, all in blue, whatever, it was a rainbow, right? It's part of what makes, I think, New York the most amazing city there is in the world, but also you understand, we have these debates and stuff, but what these families, the raw pain that they were going through that day. The father, he choked up, he couldn't understand a word he was saying when he was speaking, but you understood everything he was saying because he lost his son. It was really something else yesterday, and I thought the words of Commissioner Bratton hit the right note here about why people come here and why they join the force also.
I agree.
And I know that with the funerals behind us, there'll be more conversations going forward about where the NYPD goes from here, but it was interesting when you see the ranks and the academies, how the changing face of the NYPD right now is being more and more reflective of the different populations as the city always changes in that mix here. Century after century now you're seeing more Asians, more Latinos joining the ranks of the NYPD as well. All right. When we come back, we'll turn to a lighter note. Governor Christie getting heat here for getting excited after the Cowboys pulled one off here. Very awkward high-fiving. Now, some people say, hey, politicians shouldn't be rooting for teams halfway across the country. Talk about that, but also some of the amazing comments coming from the Christie clan right after the game.